Thanks, Congress, for all the air assaults for 22 years of me being tortured. Thanks, Jim Jordan. All you care about is getting Trump elected when we're being tortured to death. Trillions of dollars are being spent on torturing innocent people across America. I'm a single female, 5 feet tall, and they got to torture me to death for 22 years. And not one person in Congress gives a shit. All they care about is getting Trump reelected and Biden charged. It's all they care about. They've given the FBI trillions and trillions of dollars and the CIA, and they've never put them under control. They're still doing mind control, and not one judge will acknowledge it. You need new rules for the judges. If they don't go by the law and they don't check every person for mind control and microwave exposure, extreme exposure to microwaves, and we need to get blood tests. All the doctors need to know about checking patients for mind control and microwave. They're using any cell phone tower that you see that has at least 4 panels in one direction. Take pictures of it and put the address and tell people these are weaponized. They're microwave weapons. They've been used on me heavily for 22 years because they're sick, perverted, heinous, using dinosaur technology, Nazi technology, whatever you want to call it, to put in trillions of dollars into the FBI fusion centers to torture people. I'm highly educated. I've never been in trouble with the law. And even here in our courtyard, people come, homeless people come here every night. You can see even that they wrote Nazi symbols, just like they do in hate crimes for Jewish people. My last name is German, but I'm not even 15 to 20% German. Look, they put big Nazi signs up here, and they smoke crack cocaine. And the local sheriff and police do nothing, absolutely nothing to real crime. And then they target me, and when I try to go to the sheriff and the police, they refuse to do anything. They won't help me. They won't stop it. They've been militarized. The local police and sheriffs have been militarized. And then they've made the FBI weaponize. Jim Jordan in the congressional House hearings, and even in the Senate subcommittees, they've admitted that they've given huge powers, huge, enormous powers, and spending trillions of dollars. If you give your kid your credit card, you highly monitor it, and you say, what is this charge for? What is that charge for? And I mean specifically, exactly, with nouns and who, what, when, where, and why. And Congress plays a little frickin' ass game. Ooh, is it blue? What do you do with it? Is it big? Well, how many people do you go after? All they care about is getting Trump or Biden reelected. If the American people would wake up, neither one of them should be in charge. They're all part of heinous cabals. Get a real constitutional, and the Constitutional Party and the Green Party. You've got to get smart, people, or you're next. They're not doing this just for practice. Do you really think that? They've never done research for practice? And it's not even research anymore. It's direct targeting. It's premeditated murder. And anybody that knows about it and does not stop it is an accomplice. And they're going to get at least 10 years in jail. And that includes the microwave weapon people, the cell phone towers. There's American cell phone tower. You can pull our companies in your area. You can pull up and find all the FBI fusion centers in your area. Please, people, if you don't care about others, you're going to be next. And they already are targeting people. The COVID was a fallacy. It was not real. It was made up. Please wake up. And asking Jim Jordan specifically, you haven't bothered to use the word torture and kill innocent people. All you say, we've given you enormous power. I say, because each party, whether it's the Democrats or Republicans, depends on the House and Senate committees and subcommittees on the weaponization of Americans. All they care about is getting them reelected. Or they say, why are you torturing innocent Americans? How many? What is their names? And expose and publicize immediately. That's what they should have been told, is to immediately disclose. And the U.S. Air Force is targeting. Please, I'm begging you to stop these fucking, don't you think 22 years ago on the committees for the weaponization 702 of the FISA court? Oh my God. And they don't even mention it. They don't even mention that U.S. citizens are being tortured and killed. I'm speaking for all the people that are dead. Good people. My brother created the anti-nuclear missile system, the undetectable stealth. His name was on several satellites that orbited Mars. And he was the highest technology on this earth. And I want it taken out of the hands of the U.S. Air Force that's torturing me and given to the people of Earth. There is to be no more Democrat or Republican. There is only to be the people of the earth. However, you can choose to live your life how you want. So this is a win-win. And by the way, I'm the one that created the saying, it's a win. I've also gone to the mayor of Youngtown, Arizona, where I live. And I thought she would be a respectable, get to the point and get it stopped for me. And she's never bothered to get back to me. And I thought she seemed like a very decent, and obviously she's a female. So I thought maybe she would have some kind-heartedness and not the testosterone of the evil U.S. military. And the people of Congress, they're giving them undue limited credit cards to spend. You know there can't be that many terrorists in America. So why are they spending trillions of dollars? They would have to know, a kindergarten would know, that they're targeting and torturing and killing innocent Americans because there just isn't that many terrorists. It's less than 1% that's even suspected terrorism. And even they deserve fair trials. Look up the lawsuit, Salim. Here they go again. This is what I got to put up with all day, all night for the last 22 years. Torturing and targeting me again. Over and over and over. This is called air assault. And when they get over the top of my house, they turn it up real loud, and then they turn it off within a heartbeat of a second. They'll turn it off just to torture me. And here comes the next one. See, that I have to put up with this day in and day out for 22 years. Jim Jordan, where are you, you fucker? Huh? You letting innocent Americans be tortured and killed? And I've never done any criminal offense to children. When Matt Olson, the assistant Department of Justice attorney, said that what is their decision to target people, I have absolutely done nothing to anybody. This is all they like to, if anybody's porn stars, man, they're the porn stars. They like women to be tortured. They know all my thoughts. They see me when I have no clothes on. They wait till I'm trying to go to the bathroom or use the shower, and they start banging me as hard as they can. This is perverted. Congress is allowing them to be perverted and target women till death. There's nothing that's more necrophiliac and serial killing than what Matt Olson, Assistant U.S. Justice Attorney, and all the rest of them, Chris Wray, W-R-A-Y, C-H-R-I-S, stands for Christopher, W-R-A-Y, Director of the FBI. These are serial murders, and they need to be charged. All is alleged, so they can't charge me. And Jim Jordan, I'm asking you, and the House and Senate subcommittees on the weaponization of America, immediately disclose the FISA list. You're in charge of them. You're like their parent, giving them undue limited funding on a credit card that you blindly let them watch and torture innocent Americans. Peace out. Anybody, any attorney that sees this, please contact me. I've been contacting attorneys for 22 years. Not one will take the case. They take ex-military. They've been charged in tribunal courts against the federal government. They won't take nothing more than a dog bite or slip and fall or employee case for federal. This is crazy. There's over 300,000 people being heavily targeted. Some are even attorneys. You attorneys need to all get together and within 30 days start taking these targeted individuals. We've been targeted daily, hundreds of times a day. They hit me with neural weapons, and I drop and break glass in my kitchen, at grocery stores. I've been trespassed even out of Hobby Lobby last week. It's crazy what they're doing. Please make Congress be accountable for not admitting that they're targeting over 97% are innocent U.S. citizens. And the FISA 702 Act and any other act is only to be for foreign intelligence surveillance. And my brother did nothing illegal too. If they were trying to, he used to vacation over in France, and he was a world traveler, but he never did anything against America. I didn't even know he created all these inventions till after he died. But any independent filmmaker too, please contact me. If you're a security, independent security that does not work for any facet of the government and you're not a spy, please contact me. And mainly any attorney. We need to take down any frickin' congressional staff that is not putting accountability on these people. If you know of a murder and do nothing, again, you're an accomplice. Look up the federal rules. You can also not dismiss a lawsuit for technicality. I have it in my federal civil book. You cannot dismiss a lawsuit for any technicalities, especially from pro se litigants, which is just Latin, representing yourself, pro per or pro se. I want to tell this to the other great people, the very few. One of them is Anna Toledo, attorney Anna Toledo. Even though she won't take my case, she's taken 8 targeted individuals and she's having trouble. Many of us will be dead by the time that even goes to court. It can take 2 years in the court system. They're getting her on all kinds of little technicalities that no one will take my expertise that I can help them. I'm not perfect. I'm not a lawyer, but I've had to study law on my own for 11 years after my 4 degrees. One of my degrees, my main degree, is from Arizona State University, where one of my perpetrators is. And it's Arizona State Research Division. They brag about, I'd go into the law library, which you can use for free there, or you could when I was researching my own law cases. And I filed 2 lawsuits in city court, Chandler, Arizona City Court. I filed in Arizona State Court, and then I filed it in the federal Sandra Day O'Connor Federal Court. It was dismissed. I filed up to 9th Circuit Court, and on a direct appeal to U.S. Supreme Court, they would not even hear my case. So there is not justice in the U.S. Don't go around saying blind lady of justice to be blind to any prejudice and get fair justice according to her scales that she's holding there. There is not justice because none of these places are being accountable, and it won't change till you eliminate the money that has to be backed by the candidates. They need millions of dollars to get advertisement to win. So none of this will end until you take the money out of running for president, till you take the money out of that. And the judges need to immediately start being held accountable. There is no accountability for judges. They can dismiss this and nothing happens to them. Do you hear me, Congress? Do you hear me, House? Do you hear me, Senate? Get a subcommittee, immediate laws against judges that do not enforce torture on humans, that do not enforce checking every person that is a defendant for being charged with murder. Even that guy that's out of the Utah that killed the 4 girls may be under mind control. All these judges need to be held accountable. The only thing they can be held accountable, if you look up laws on judges in your book that you can order, there's Black's Law. You can call their free 800 number. They give you pocket-size rules of state civil procedure, federal civil procedure, criminal federal procedure, criminal state procedure, and you can get your local city codes from your library for free. All that's for free. I'll help you with more tips later. Yes, VVKB119 says, are you a target individual? Yes, I am. Hi, targets from Ireland. Hi, Stefan. Is it Stephen or Stefan O'Neill? I love your beautiful Irish name. I am actually almost half Irish. My grandma on my dad's side was Margaret Manning from Cork, Ireland. So if you do happen to be Irish or even Welsh, great name. O'Neill. It might be pronounced O'Neill. Yes, I am targeted. I hope I've given you some information, and I mainly, we need to put pressure on Jim Jordan of the subcommittee and committees on the weaponization of America. I want you to know and save these and forward them on. It's titled, it was 2 months ago, and it's from the Forbes Breaking News. And it's you can get it on many of the media stations on YouTube under the channel name of Forbes Breaking News. But it's the full non-censored committee meetings. I should call them the congressional hearings. There's two very important ones, but always just Google YouTube congressional hearings on the weaponization of the federal government and the militarization of local law enforcement. This one is titled Top FBI, DOJ Officials Grilled About Biden Whistleblowers, FISA Abuse in Senate Judiciary Committee. It says it was 2 months ago, and there's already almost 1 million hits on that one alone. And the other important one that you can watch, and then you'll know how to do a search on YouTube for them. And it's titled, it's from Forbes Breaking News, again, is the name of the channel. It's already got 2.1 million subscribers. It's got 4.9 million views. It was 5 months ago. They need to hold immediate congressional and House hearings. Immediate House and Senate congressional hearings. In the Congress, it's real easy. There's 2 sections. If you forgot some of your grade school or didn't get it, no problem. There is the House and the Senate. And I believe it's the Senate that's big and the House is smaller, but things have to go, if I'm correct, you can look it up though. It has to go through the Senate and then it has to be approved by the House before it becomes law. Or the president can make an executive order or immediately form something in the law. We need 3 main things. Immediate emergency stopping of all targeting of US citizens. They did not get their due process. And this is criminal and civil. It's premeditated murder, and it needs to stop. All the FBI fusion centers need to stop. All the judges need to be held accountable. They must immediately test any defendant and immediately subpoena the CIA and the FBI or any other federal agencies or independent private companies that are working with the federal government to mind control or to microwave human beings. V2K is real, voice to skull technology. You know it's real because they're letting deaf people now hear because they can go around the ear canal now in case it was damaged at birth. I don't think I said it yet. The title of the other important hearing is Jim Jordan. This is the title. Jim Jordan leads hearing targeting government suppression of free speech on Twitter feast. And Matt Taibbi, Taibbi. It goes on, but that's just the title it's showing. There's more to the title. But these are important. Just go, do a YouTube search in the YouTube search box on that, or do an internet search on that. Again, the title of it is Jim Jordan leads hearing targeting government suppression of free speech on Twitter feed. Matt Taibbi. But there's much more. See, they don't even mention the target individuals that are being killed. 50% have already been killed. We're dying a slow death. It's called a soft kill or covert kill. It's both. It's heinous and it's extremely painful second by second. They're hitting the nerves in my hand, and I drop glasses and plates and break them in my kitchen. They do it to me when I'm in grocery stores with handheld microwave devices that I heard you can even buy on Amazon. They're having my neighbor. This is how cruel people are. It's just horrible. And Congress needs to be held accountable. They need to immediately have a hearing in the House and Senate to stop all killing, premeditated killing, which is torture and murder of the innocent Americans. And these FISA courts need to stop, period. Do not reenact 702. Do not reenact 702 of the FISA court. They're saying it's for foreign surveillance intelligent, which is an effing lie. They're targeting Americans. And the sick serial killer alleged, all is alleged in here, so they can't sue me. Assistant U.S. Justice Attorney, I believe is his title, Matt Olson. He tried to say that all these are legitimate going through the FISA court. They refuse to disclose who they're targeting. And Jim Jordan and the leaders of the House Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government, they need to stand up and grow some marbles. Stand up and grow some marbles. And the women, where is your honor? Where is your human love for life? You're the givers of life. Stand up against these evil men. Make them accountable. Make them immediately disclose the FISA court list of people being tortured and killed. Immediately. And give these to Anna Tolida and any attorney. Publicize them on YouTube and other places and give them immediately to the people that are targeted. They got all our information, so you know exactly where my address is. They've stolen from me the few items I've had. They've killed. No guy would marry me since I've been targeted for 20 years. I finally did the right thing. I don't drink or smoke. I'm vegetarian. I work out. And when I was 4 years old, I started getting targeted right when I wanted to get married. When you tell any guy or they see planes harassing and torturing you, they think you must be a criminal or crazy. They just can't deal with it. So I haven't been able to marry. I haven't been able to get kids. A few things I have gotten, they've stolen from me. I had a hose out and I was watering my garden out in front, and they even stole my hose. I mean, when you have almost nothing and they do crap like this, and I didn't have no kids, so my animals were my kids, and they've killed 5 of my cats. I only have 2 black cats left. I do love them to death. They're my kids and my family, my only family that loves me unconditionally. And they've killed everything else. So they got video and surveillance on me 24/7. So you need to make them give back everything they've stolen. I only had 2 rings that were valuable. They stole both before they started targeting me the week before I started getting airplane assaulted. They took the 1 diamond ring when I was engaged, and I got 1 ring, only thing I got left from my grandpa. Make them give this stuff back, because they admitted have 24-hour surveillance and they're just stealing from everybody. I'm so sorry to have to tell you guys all this. Can someone even respond that they see and can tell this? If you need anything, or if I can help you in any way, because I care about other people, please give me a call, but you have to be respectable or I'll hang up on you. And the phone call to call me on is 480-257-3321. Please call me after 6 p.m. normally, unless it's an emergency, because I'm busy too, trying to work a few days a week, trying to file a lawsuit and other things that they've done to me. I appreciate you for listening, the people that are on here. God bless. And if you are one of the perpetrators, stop. Stop what you're doing. You're killing innocent Americans. And if you're killing me now, tomorrow it will be you and your family and your ancestors, your loved ones and your kids and your descendants. It will be you next, because the Democrats know that they started targeting the Republicans in the Catholic churches at parent-teacher conferences. And the Republicans know they will target the Democrats, the minorities that are in the Democrats. So it will be you if you don't give a shit, if you don't do nothing about it. And I especially am telling Congress to immediately reform medical doctors. Anybody that's saying they are targeted must be checked for mind control and do blood testing. And there's other tests that you can do to see if you've been exposed to microwaves. Get many companies that can test this at no more than like $200. Right now, they're so expensive. They're like $20,000. They're a minimum of $3,000, but the U.S. military and U.S. Air Force are smart enough. They just quit targeting you. If you got 2 days, you're going to come in and have somebody testing. So it's really hard to get evidence. And all the evidence of Dr. Hildegard Staninger out of LA, she's an industrial toxicologist and a naturopath. She took down all of her information. And I was one of the 5 target individuals she showed where they put The nanobots can form camera lenses in your eye, and they're watching everything I do through my eyes, and they're reading my mind as well. Microwaves can do this because, you know, your radio can do that. All the sound that comes out of your radio, they can also target your brain. They just need the mini microchips that are nanobots in your brain. And it's almost impossible to get them out. We need better tests to get them out right away. And we need to immediately fire the heads of the U.S. Air Force, of the FBI. Needs to be immediately charged with war crimes of the highest and the worst on earth. He's much worse than Hitler ever was. They're targeting people without any justification, without any way to fight back. How can you go after a 5-foot single female? These guys are perverted. They're perverted, and that are war crimes, and they're the premeditated murder. That's enough right there for the electric chair. Any more than 3 deaths that a person has committed without justice, without a hearing, without due process, and being tortured 24/7 needs to immediately be charged with war crimes. And the same thing that happened to Hitler, Saddam Hussein, needs to happen to Christopher Wray, director of the FBI. Director Comey knew about it, tried to expose it, but he didn't. You should have to be able to put your life on the line. He could have still exposed it after he was fired. And it started with the other nuts. The reports, what's that guy's name that put out the reports? And he's exposed some of it, but they never talk about the torture that innocent Americans are getting. Again, I've left my phone number for anybody else that wants to contact me. Peace out. And I hope this gets to Congress. And I hope that attorney calls me back and will take my case. And I need a good attorney that will get some justice within a month or two, not years of waiting. And I'm sure they plan on killing off anybody. And if they even get threatened now that they may get charged with war crimes and put to death, they're just going to turn up the microwave towers on everybody but themselves, and they'll go underground because you've allowed them to put up all these microwave towers so they can just kill off everybody. They're not going to want to die unless they're surrounded in the middle of the night when they least expect it. And Congress would have to do this with special forces. They're not going to go down because they've created the microwave network that you've let them create. You've been too kind to them. You've been too stupid to think that they're only going to less than 1% of real terrorists, when the actual people that took down the U.S. towers on 9/11 was an inside job. The tower imploded. A kindergartner knows that. It imploded, and they took away all the evidence because it was a powder. If it was a plain terrorist attack, there'd only be a hole in the building. And even the buildings that were next to him, up to building 7, just became nothing but powder. Wake up, people. Quit eating crap food like Burger King and McDonald's. If you eat solid, organic vegetables, even eggs, because the chickens weren't killed, you will get into your higher senses and powers. Peace out. God bless. And I'll let you hear one more of my torture for today before we leave. Peace out and God bless.